Reuben's Rant.
Now, my rant this week is about the franking credits refund ban, which Labor has announced. As I discussed a couple of weeks ago, I do see some merit in this, in something along these lines, but I don't like the way that they've implemented it. I think it's a blunt instrument. What they've done is they've basically put it across every single person, be it super fund, pension owner, pensioner, etc. Now, they've gotten some backlash, as I expected, and I said what they should do is put a limit on the refund, say about $2,000 per person or per fund, and that would be a simple way not to affect a whole lot of people. But the announcement that they've made, if it comes in, is much more complex. They're going to exclude all pensioners and part pensioners from the ban, so they're all going to be able to get their franking credits back. But self-funded retirees, so people who might have more than $850,000 in assets, and self-managed super funds will all still be caught up. Except, and here's a bit of complexity, if you've got a self-managed super fund and at least one person was receiving a pension before the 28th of March, which is today, then they'll be exempt. So that's just another very interesting compliance thing, which I don't know how it'll come in practice, but it's certainly complex. So the three problems I have with how Labor have now announced is, number one, complexity. Differentiating between pensioners and non-pensioners and self-managed super funds is going to create complexity. Secondly, it's going to create a greater incentive once again to get the age pension. There's a problem now with the way Centrelink works in that you really can be incentivised to have lower assets to get a greater age pension. And the fact that pensioners are going to get franking credit refunds as well is going to lead to more people trying to get into that pensioner framework, which in the end is going to cost the taxpayer more dollars because it's discouraging self-funded retirees. And thirdly, I do think this unfairly targets the self-managed super funds. We discussed with John Moroney of the SMSF Association last week that it appears that self-managed funds are going to be affected by this, but people who are in other funds, such as industry funds or bank-owned funds, may still not be affected by the way the tax system works.